The clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment offered by Mr. Gardner of Colorado, page 12, line 25, after the dollar amount insert reduced by $3 million, increased by $3 million.
Pursuant to House Resolution 641, the gentleman from Colorado and a member opposed will each control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Gardner, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise today in support of the amendment which allocates $3 million for water conservation and delivery. The funding for this amendment is taken directly from the underlying bill's $856 million appropriation to the Bureau of Reclamation for water projects. The amendment directs $3 million of this sum specifically for water conservation and delivery projects. The Bureau of Reclamation Water Conservation and Delivery Fund provides critical assistance to western areas of the country. In the arid West, water is our life. These projects improve water supply quality, address water shortage issues, improve conservation measures, and stabilize water supplies. Projects like the Arkansas Valley Conduit, with over 100 miles of pipeline, serving dozens of communities with clean, abundant, and affordable water. In the western United States, water is an economic driver. In order to attract more economic growth, either in business or agriculture, every industry in the West is dependent upon an ample and safe water supply. This amendment will allow the Bureau of Reclamation more flexibility to continue with these types of projects while simultaneously improving public health and improving the environment. Also, these projects are critically important during drought years so that water is appropriately allocated for both municipal and agricultural uses. The water conservation and delivery line in the Bureau's budget has been previously used for the California Central Valley Project, the Washington State Basin Water Enhancement Project, the Arkansas Valley Conduit in Colorado, and the Lewiston Orchard Project in the Chairman's home state of Idaho. I urge support of the amendment, and I yield as much time as he may consume to the co-author of this amendment, Mr. Tipton from Colorado, and I thank him for his leadership on issues relating to water in the state of Colorado.
Colorado, Mr. Tipton is recognized for as much time as he wishes to use.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'd like to thank my colleague, Mr. Gardner, for yielding time to me and for your partnership in this critical matter. As you know, water is the lifeblood of the western United States and absolutely critical to the health of our communities and our local economies. In order to meet federally mandated water quality standards across the West, the Bureau of Reclamation Water Conservation and Delivery Fund is essential. In Colorado, as is in the case throughout the West, we have similar needs to be able to move forward with engineering design work on authorized features for existing reclamation projects. This amendment will provide the Bureau of Reclamation the flexibility it needs to be able to allocate funds to advance and complete ongoing work that will provide efficient delivery of water from an existing multi-purpose reclamation project as was authorized by Congress in 1962. Among the eligible projects within the Water Conservation Delivery Fund is in my district, the Arkansas Valley Conduit. It is the final component of the Frying Pan Arkansas project, a water diversion and storage project in the lower Arkansas Valley. Once constructed, the conduit will deliver clean drinking water to families, producers, and to municipalities throughout southeastern Colorado. By directing $3 million of this sum specifically for water conservation and delivery projects, the Bureau of Reclamation can proceed with ongoing work on water supply delivery projects at a more efficient pace to be able to reach our shared goal in meeting increased water demands by developing and maximizing clean water supplies. It is our hope that Reclamation prioritizes these projects and resolve the water shortages that exist in the West while enhancing our regional development and promoting our job growth. I yield back to my colleague from Colorado, Mr. Gardner.
The gentleman from Colorado is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I would reserve at this time.
The gentleman reserves.